not mention the prosecution's verdict. Here's a quote. On an objection, you overrule it. The prosecution accepts their witness committing perjury. It's improper, it's unethical, you said you're not going to tolerate it, and I object, and you make it clear to the jury that my objection you find annoying. It's very clear that the tone that we get when we make an objection that should be sustained is, what are you doing? That's what was said. You specifically...
Lower your voice and don't yell at me. I told you before. I'll listen to what you say. Speak in a normal tone of voice.
Judge, we're doing the best we can to make sure that this trial is ethically conducted. They have repeated, I've objected, you told them it's improper. You overruled repeated objections where they are saying improper things. He just said a moment ago, this is a direct quote, the prosecution accepts their witness committing perjury. I object. You respond, that's appropriate comment on the evidence. It is not appropriate comment on the evidence, Your Honor. I don't know if you didn't hear it.
I didn't hear that.
So, Judge,
What I heard, I could have been wrong, what I heard was that Mr. Tacopina was describing Relli as committing perjury.
Judge, that's a direct quote. The direct quote was, the prosecution accepts their witness committing perjury. Here's another one. Relli committed extortion. There is no legal...
Do you think the jury's going to ask for what the legal description of extortion is?
Your Honor.
Forcing someone to pay money, that is, quote, extortion.
No, Your Honor.
Go on to something else.
Your Honor, I want to make my record. I mean, you're going to do what you're going to do, but I have a right to make my record. No lawyer can get up here, no lawyer can get up here and tell the jury that a crime has been committed when there is no instruction on that crime. When, in fact, Your Honor, that's not the legal definition of extortion. We've objected, and the court, again, is basically telling me, don't worry about it, it doesn't matter. Your Honor, it does matter. After a while, when there are so many of these things, they add up. And when the court is saying, well, what they don't care about it.
No, I didn't say they don't care about it.
It seems, Your Honor, it's improper argument. And the problem is
I don't agree with you. I think using the word, quote, extortion to describe the conduct is not improper. I think it's fair comment on the evidence. You, in your rebuttal argument, you can say it wasn't extortion.
Your
you
Honor,
can address it.
Your Honor, the bigger issue, as I said, is the court was repeatedly told them, do not connect the prosecution to committing crime.
I'll tell you what, I didn't hear that. I'm going to ask Kathy for the exact quote. If that's what was said, I'm going to sustain your objection, and I will apologize for overruling.
Judge, can I respond, please, on that one issue? Not
Yeah.
everything else you said. What I said was, and I agree with what I said, but understand the context of it, okay? I didn't say this is more perfect. I didn't say it yesterday, I didn't say it today. But one thing I said, and it was fair comment, was the prosecution accepts their witness committing perjury. And what I mean by that is in regards to one thing, and it's indisputable, Your Honor. It was regarding Relli saying the tape was fake. The tape was fake. They got up, cross-examined Mr. Sajemi, did not ask him if the tape was fake or not. Okay? They then put up transcripts of that tape recording with attributions to Mr. Efron. So that means by that, just by that very fact, they accept the fact that he committed perjury. I'm not saying they support it, but they accept that that witness committed perjury. They have to. Let me finish. There's no other way for them to move forward unless they say that wasn't perjury, but it was because he said that was fake. We know that wasn't fake. It was real. That was perjury. So by then moving forward with it, arguing that that tape is important for the prosecution, that Efron said these things, that when they cross-examined Sajemi, that wasn't being a good friend to Efron because he made a tape. All that is doing is, I didn't say it's subordinate. It's different. I would never say that. I didn't say it yesterday. What it is doing is accepting it because they didn't say, you know, we have an issue with this witness. He's committed perjury. I said they accepted their witnesses committing perjury. That witness committing perjury on that one issue. That's fair comment, Your Honor. It's not inappropriate. It wasn't disparaging counsel. I didn't say Mr. Lewin. I just said they accepted, and that is true. There's no other way around it.
It is not fair comment. It is completely unethical.
Oh,
I agree with you.
So, Your Honor,
I agree with you.
What's frightening is Mr. Tacopina just stood up here and basically defended and said, yeah, I said it, but I can say it. He doesn't know or care about the law. That is clear. And, Your Honor, when it's happened 25 times in this trial, with the hiding of evidence, with the late discovery, and with repeated, you told counsel before we started, do not disparage the other side. I said yesterday, you argue what you want about witnesses. You say a witness lied. You do not disparage counsel. You repeated it yesterday. He tried to explain how he didn't make mistakes yesterday, which he did. Now he gets up and he's now admitted, yes, I made that comment, here's why it's appropriate. Your Honor, it's not appropriate. It's completely unethical. It is immoral, and it's not professional. And again, Your Honor, the fact that he is getting up here saying, well, yeah, I said it, here's why, just demonstrates again, he doesn't know the law or doesn't care.
You're disparaging him right now.
I'm disparaging him because, Your Honor, he's not following the
There
rules
is not
of
to be
argument.
any disparaging of either side.
During argument, the jury's not here. I have every right, obligation, and duty to stand up here and point out when he was being unethical. The first time the court catches me being unethical, Your Honor, the court knows. That'll be the first time. Court knows I don't do that.
Oh,
Court knows. Court's already made
I've heard enough from both of you. I missed the prosecution accepts their witness committing perjury. I don't think that's fair comment on the evidence. I think that's an improper statement. It infers that the prosecution is allowing perjury to occur. I'm going to sustain your objection, and I'm going to apologize for overruling it, and then move on. If I were the two of you, I would just move on and not make bring it to the jury's attention. I would point out, though, I told you at the beginning of arguments that if an objection is made, I'm going to do my best to call it as I see it. You have made 17 objections. I have overruled 12. I have sustained 5. I'm doing the best I can. I will continue to do the best I can, and that's all I can say.
I just want to put on the record that, these remarks about being unethical, I just about had it with him. This from a lawyer who, and I was saying yesterday on it, this from a lawyer who asked in front of a jury for a stipulation that a shooting range was not in California when either he knew it was in California or had no idea that it was in California. Okay? So he literally asked for a stipulation in front of a jury that he knew was not true or didn't know if it was true. And that's unethical. That's unethical. And this is a guy who, the Ninth Circuit, just said lied to a jury in the Branford case.
Your Honor,
so I want to hear about him.
One more thing out of him, and we air everything that's happened in this case, which the court's aware of.
Stop it.
He might want to stop.
I'm so threatened.
You should be, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Let's take a break.
You should be.
Don't tell the courts ever told me I was a liar.
Hold on. Hey!
Oh, yeah. I'm so scared of you.
Stop it!
Your private attorneys, you met with them to prepare for your testimony.
I didn't need to prepare.
You need to prepare.
No.
So you didn't meet your private attorneys at all to discuss your testimony.
I don't need to.
I understand you don't need to. My question was different.
Calls for yes, sir.
Oh. Wait, say the question again, please.
You did not meet with your private attorneys who flew here with you in preparation for your testimony.
No, they just here to support me. But I don't need to prep. I don't need to prep.
It's not responsive. Everything you have to know is sir.
Okay. Now, yesterday, you testified that before the shooting, you had nothing but love for Rocky, right?
Correct.
And you said that if you said the word fuck to Rocky, it was with love, right?
I don't know what you mean by that. You gotta explain again.
Oh, I don't know. I'll tell you your testimony. Go ahead. Take a look at the screen.
I've been behind those text messages, and I always still, like, how you say it, like, compliment them or pick them up for the success. At the same time, like, you're doing bad. Okay. But then the same text messages, like, I never was like just straight out like, oh, fuck you. I never said fuck you, probably did, but it was like real wishy-washy in the sense like love, like, I don't know, but I never really got a response to that.
Okay. That was your testimony yesterday.
Yeah, but you can bring up the actual text message I'm talking about. We ain't gotta go back and forth.
All right, hold on. when anybody asks you a question, you lawyers, just answer the question. Don't volunteer something. If they want to flesh it out more, Mr. Lewin might want to do it, Mr. Tacopina might want to do it, then it's okay. But if you're asked a yes or no question, just the answer is either yes, no, I don't remember, or I don't know. Don't volunteer anything, right?
Can you say that again?
Say yes?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, did you hear your testimony?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. And when you said, if I said, fuck you, it was with love, right? That's what you said.
I don't get what you're saying. Sorry.
What did you hear yourself just say?
I don't get what you're saying. I
Here's
really
my
don't.
question. Here it comes. What did you hear yourself just say?
But what are you getting at? I don't get what you're saying.
Don't worry about what I'm getting at.
But explain it again.
Just
I'm
wait.
getting confused. I'm getting
All right,
confused. What
just
he's saying.
listen. He's asking you, did you hear your testimony?
Mhm.
Yes? He's just asking you.
Did I say it? Did I say, I don't know. Can you explain the question?
Play it again.
Play it again.
No, I don't want to answer question.
Listen to this again.
I know
Text messages, I always still, like, how you say it, like, complimented them, pick them up for their success. At the same time, like, you're doing bad.
Okay.
But in the same text messages, like, I never was like just straight out like, oh, fuck you. I never said fuck you. You probably did, but it was like real wishy-washy in the sense like love. Like, I don't know how to, you know, but I never really got a response to that from him.
He just wants to ask you questions about what you said that you just saw.
Okay.
Was that truthful testimony?
Truthful, can you explain the question again? I don't know what I'm saying. Yes, I know it's I got
Did you just see yourself?
No, but you're not explaining the question.
Here's my question.
I see myself, but you're not explaining. So what I'm supposed to say is
Just
yes or no
listen.
to.
Look, just listen. Did you see
Not
yourself?
simple.
Did you see yourself? That's
I
it.
see myself.
Did you hear yourself?
I heard myself.
Was that truthful?
What's truthful?
What you just said.
That I love him or like we was cool? I don't know what you mean. I said a lot of things.
The part that you said, if I said, fuck you, it was sort of wishy-washy with love, you know? That part.
Okay,
That's
it's true. True.
True?
Yeah.
In fact, on September 18th, 2021, at 8:19 a.m., you text Rocky, fuck everything about you, fake ass gay nigga, right?
Of course not.
Of course not? Okay. I'm going to show you a text message now. Take a look for a second.
What is it legitimate?
Yes.
All right.
APRelli.
Hold on. This is defense C. C is in charge.
September 18th, 2021, 8:19 a.m. No matter how much the nigga tried, you not charging, I think they're changing. Fuck everything about you, you fake ass nigga. I dead hate you. Sucker ass guy nigga, then you change guy again. Remember sending that message?
Bro, this is in 21.
I understand. Everything we're talking about here today is in 21. Every text message he showed you yesterday was in 21.
Yeah, but you asking me now, do I remember? You're not showing me nothing else that came into the text message, so I probably did write that. Is that for me?
Yes, for me.
Okay, that's cool.
That's cool. Okay. So was that wishy-washy with love when you wrote that?
I mean, you're not showing me the rest of the conversation, so I can't really.
Was that wishy-washy with love?
Yes.
That was wishy.
Yes.
Sucker ass gay nigga.
Yes.
That was with love.
Yes.
By the way, before we start talking about the events surrounding November 6th, 2021, which we will talk about, Mr. Efron.
Can you pull up the rest of the text message?
Mr. Efron, here's what we're going to do. I'll ask the questions. You're going to answer them. Okay, if you can. Before we talk about the events of November 6th, 2021, which you spent 2 days testifying about, I'd like to talk a little bit about you and some of the things you testified to. Money is particularly important to you, Mr. Efron, correct?
No.
It's not important to you.
I mean, you need it, but no.
Okay. In November 2021, you told people that you were a millionaire, correct?
What?
You
you not understand my question?
I don't understand this. Yes, no, I don't know.
Which, you got all three in there. Yes, no, I
I'm
don't.
talking about 21. I told somebody I do so much stuff. I don't know what's the content of what you talking about.
Okay, you know a guy named Wally?
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 Okay, so what? I'd probably say yes or no. I don't care. Like, what do we just about?
You probably said yes, no, I don't care. That's your answer?
What is me being the... I don't get it, but no. Yes, no, I don't know.
Pick one. Pick one for the jury. Anyway.
I don't know. It's been so long. I can tell people whatever I want. If I'm a millionaire, not a millionaire, like what? I'm not a millionaire, but what does that got to do with this case?
Mr. Efron, just answer the question. He asked you a yes or no question. Ask the question.
But I don't want to get this right wrong. I don't know what is he.
Let me answer.
Listen to the question, and the answer is either going to be yes, no, or I don't know. I don't know. Ask the question.
In November 2021, did you tell Wally, to Jimmy, we know who he is, right? The IT guy?
Okay, yeah.
No. Did you tell him that you were a millionaire?
You gotta show me the. I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I don't remember.
Go ask another question.
It's important to you that you portray a very lavish lifestyle of extreme wealth, right, Mr. Efron?
No.
It's not. Okay. You told this jury yesterday that after this incident, you don't have a social media presence anymore.
That misstates the testimony.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no.
You don't have social media presence anymore.
No, I don't.
Your username on Instagram is Relli Balls, right?
That is.
And on your Instagram profile is a featured story you call Lifestyle, right?
It is.
All right.
Wait, would you repeat the name is Relli what?
Relli Boss.
Boss.
Boss. Like you are, boss.
My lifestyle has nothing to do with this man.
I told you, don't volunteer anything. Just answer the questions.
And under the lifestyle features, the cover photo of the lifestyle feature in your Instagram is a thumbnail image of a private jet, right?
I think that was the jet I was on with Jabari, but yeah.
Okay. Again, going back to this because you just told this jury that portraying a lavish lifestyle of extreme wealth is not important to you.
I mean, it's not. It's so much other important things in life, but I mean, you need money.
Okay. There is on that lifestyle portion of your Instagram is several photos. I'm going to show you a few. One is defense. Help me out.
The next in order? D is in David.
D. That's something you posted, right? You put it up, please.
Well, what is it?
Okay. It's a photo from his Instagram lifestyle. It's one of the 7.
Dated when?
Dated December, we'll get to the case, don't you worry, Mr. Efron. December 29th, 2022. That's you posting a private jacket, right?
Okay?
Okay. And what you wrote there, if it ain't about money, ain't liking you.
No, it says Lincoln.
Ain't Lincoln?
Linkin.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, why don't you show on my Instagram? I'm already getting death threats. People threatening my daughter. Like, what's going on here?
Who gave you that, Mr. Efron?
The whole world.
The world threatened you? The whole world gave you
Because
that?
of what you're saying.
Because I'm asking you a question on your Instagram.
Because you're saying I'm extortionist and all of this, and you're putting my whole life on. This is getting really annoying.
No one is calling you an extortionist.
You're gonna get. What does this have to
Mr.
do
Efron,
with the
you're going to
kids?
get through a lot faster if you just answer the questions. If somebody asks an improper question, I won't allow it to go forward. If you're being asked a question that's lawful in a courtroom, just answer it. Even if it makes you mad, even if you don't see the point of it, just answer the questions as truthfully as you can, regardless of who asked. Please do that, okay? Yes?
Yes.
So what did you mean by if it ain't about money, I ain't linking you? What's that mean?
I don't know, it's a phrase.
And what did you mean by it? You posted it, what's it mean?
Nothing.
How about this next one? This is defense, E?
He is an ever.
E is an F. From your Instagram lifestyle. That's you, sir, in a Mercedes with the caption, "More funds is the focus right now." And that's June 5th, 2023.
Hey, what's wrong with that?
Mr. Eckline? I'm answering your question. I'm not saying anything wrong.
Okay, what's up?
What do you mean by that? More funds is the focus right now.
I mean, trying to get successful. Like, what do you mean? I do private equity, I do a lot of things, but I don't understand these questions. Why am I answering questions about my Instagram?
Well, you talked a lot about your lifestyle yesterday, about your business, and right now you just mentioned private equity, which we'll get to, and how you earned your money, right? We're talking about that. So you just said you're trading a lavish lifestyle is not important to you. So I'm talking about some of the postings on your Instagram, like this next one.
But Instagram is a place of, like, I don't see how you basing me as a person off my Instagram.
Okay.
Let's take a 10-minute break.
You talking about my Instagram?
Explain to Mr. Efron the various goals.
On November 6th, 2021, that's, by the way, the date of the incident, correct?
What incident? The shooting?
What incident happened on November 6th, 2021?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not saying what, like,
On November 6th, 2021, your girlfriend Lydia Parker sent you a text message accusing you of being a fraud, correct? On that date.
Objection relevant, Your Honor.
no, I don't know.
Hold on.
It's also hearsay.
Sustain. Sustain.
Motion to strike any answer.
The answer is stricken.
Thank you.
Okay. Sir, on this topic, one last time. The height of your music career was in 2021, you told the jury. You were making money, you said, quote, "I finally figured out how to make money." In 2021, did you make money from your music business? Yes or no?
I didn't make money, but I figured out how to make money
Okay.
within the music industry. And my artist was making money because it's their royalties. I could have made money, but it wasn't enough for me to even, I don't want that money.
Okay.
I'd rather get them a deal.
Okay. In 2021, did you make money from other businesses aside from the music business?
I don't recall.
You don't recall if you made money any other way?
I don't recall.
Did you have any other
I don't recall.
jobs? Did you have any other jobs in 2021?
Don't recall.
Okay. So it's your testimony, you don't know if you made any money in 2021?
I don't recall.
Okay, Your Honor, I'm going to move into an area now, based on that answer.
Say again?
I'd like to move into an area now, based on that answer. I think the door is open.
Our position is 352 and relevance.
I don't know what area you went to. Why don't you come on up and tell me?
I don't recall.
Okay, so who's Lydia Parker?
That's my girlfriend.
Does she go by the name of Gemma Jones?
I don't recall.
Does she have a website named Gemma Jones?
I don't recall.
Okay. Let me ask you this, did she text you a website of herself?
I don't recall.
Let me ask you a question, please, sir. Did she text you a website of herself entitled gemmajones.ch?
I don't recall.
Okay.
Objection
No.
relevance and just for the record.
Overruled.
Right,
Right?
she,
The objection's overruled.
I'm just gonna have to refresh this recollection.
Fine. show unstressed on the document?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I've seen it from the record.
That's what you aren't saying. Correct.
Just let him read it.
I'm just correcting. Is that your number?
Yes, my number.
Just take a look at this, and then take a look at that.
What am I looking at?
Right. Can you read that?
I don't know what I'm looking at.
This, right there.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you read it?
See yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh.
Did you show that to him to basically help him refresh his recollection?
I'm going to ask him that question now.
But that was the purpose.
Yeah, that was the purpose. Okay. Sir, having seen that, does that refresh your recollection that Ms. Parker sent you a website named jimandjones.com?
No, it doesn't.
Does not. Okay. How did Ms. Parker make her money?
Objection relevant.
Stay.
Okay. Do you, sir, or should I say in 2021, did you, along with Ms. Parker, make money in prostitution?
No.
Question was compound that's referring to two people.
I can
So
do it.
it assumes this fact not.
It is a comment, just limit it, you can limit it down.
Sir, did you make money in the business of prostitution in 2021?
No.
And you've never seen that website, gemmajones.ch before?
Objection asked and answered. Said he doesn't remember.
Have you ever seen it, if you recall?
No, I don't recall.
All right. Okay, let's move on to
Got it,
a
Ron.
different topic.
Yeah, you got it. You invest in real estate?
I do.
And you made a down payment towards a luxury apartment building, in new construction condominium in Miami?
Objection Vegas to time, therefore.
Sure.
Sustained as
May,
to,
in May of 2023, did you make a down payment towards a luxury apartment building and a new construction condominium in Miami?
I don't recall.
Okay, we're gonna put up, and this is one of the seven, so to speak. We're gonna put up, sure.
is this an exhibit?
Yes.
I just don't know which one it is.
The next exhibit will be H as a parent.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna wait for John for a second.
All right, I've seen it. Thank you, Ron.
Okay, John?
Yes, thank you. I've seen it.
Go ahead. Put it up, guys. That's your Instagram, I guess, post regarding investment property, correct?
Can I say that?
No, just, remember we talked about, just answer the question. Ask the question again, Mr.
Sure. Is that, first of all, is that your Instagram post?
I don't recall.
You don't recall if that's your Instagram post?
No, I don't recall.
So, how about the next one, guys?
Wait a minute.
It's one
We,
of the,
we don't want the index appearing where
Right.
the jury can see it.
Do you have another exhibit you want to show? Show the other exhibit,
Right.
without an index.
Your Honor, can the jury be instructed?
No,
to disregard-
just stop.
you think they saw those 100 lines up in there?
I don't want the two of you arguing, there are no speaking objections. We've got another exhibit up there, go ahead and ask about it.
Okay, please take a look at that.
I don't recall.
You don't recall what? What don't you
I don't know what you want me to look at.
That's your Instagram page, Mr.
I don't know.
Efron. You don't know if that's your Instagram
I
page?
don't know. I don't know. Next question.
I'm sorry.
You got another question?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Are you familiar with that building, the Standard Residence?
I don't recall. No.
You don't recall or no?
No.
No. So is it your testimony that you didn't invest in that building?
I don't recall.
It says big investment moves at the standard residence.
I don't recall.
That's not your wording?
Your Honor, this has been asked and answered now.
No.
He says he doesn't recall anything about this civil rights.
I'm asking about the wording.
I don't recall.
Wait, hold on. The wording of,
That, the on there. Big investment moves at the standard residence. Is that your wording?
Question,
I've said it 3 times. I don't recall.
sustain, stop, ask another question.
Okay.
If you go on to another exhibit, if you have.
Okay. So what investment properties in Miami did you invest in?
I don't recall.
You don't recall?
No.
It was only 2023.
I know. I don't remember.
So you invested in a real estate property in Miami.
I
don't remember which. Let me finish this back on, please. You invested in a real estate property in 2023 in Miami, and you don't remember which one it was?
I don't remember.
That suits the fact on evidence.
That is correct.
You aren't.
He says he has no recollection.
You aren't. Excuse me. You first answered that you gave investment in real estate in Miami. That was the first thing before I showed him all these. So again, I'm going to ask you, which building did you
I
invest
don't
in?
recall.
You don't recall?
Yes.
How much did you invest in?
I don't recall, sir.
You don't recall.
I don't recall.
So you invested some unknown amount of money in some unknown building
I don't have a clue.
in 2023.
Don't have a clue.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about the events on and surrounding November 6, 2021.
Okay.
And when I say the events of November 6, 2021, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, shooting.
Okay. It was your understanding, following this incident, well, which one? John Iman was Rocky's manager, right?
Correct.
Okay. And you text John a video of the shell casings on November 7th, 2021 at 12:04 a.m., right?
I texted him everything. I told him that your client shot at me.
My question was one.
I don't recall.
You don't recall? Okay. I'm going to refresh your recollection.
Okay.
You guys have it? Or do we just put it up for it?
Your Honor, at Mr. Giacopino's request, we are willing to stipulate the witness is being asked about the specific times of text. I'm not sure if he knows it exact time. We're willing to stipulate.
Who's he? You say he knows it, who's he?
The witness.
Mr. Efron.
Yeah, so whether he knows specific time, we're willing to stipulate. What's the stipulation you like, Mr. Giacopino? That
12:04 a.m. on November 7th, 2021.
Okay, so which one do you want? Trying to get stipulations, Your Honor.
So we have a stipulation, Your Honor.
Let me tell the jury what a stipulation is.
Okay.
Folks, a stipulation is another word for an agreement. So whatever the parties stipulate to, that issue is not before you. It's been proved. Whatever they stipulate to, that has been proven beyond a reasonable doubt. That's what a stipulation is. It's an agreement between both sides.
And also at 12:04 a.m., you sent a text to John claiming that Rocky shot at you, right?
I'll have to see the thing, but yes, sounds correct.
Okay. And again, that stipulation still stands, right, guys?
Well, why don't you two stipulate, tell the jury what you're stipulating to?
The time of 12:04 on November 7th, 2021. Same text, right?
4 minutes after you
Yeah,
hit that.
but the problem is, if you're asking him what he remembers, we'll stipulate to it.
Right.
Then if you then ask him afterwards, doesn't know the exact.
Right, you don't know the exact time, obviously, that you sent the message, right?
It was 3 years ago.
I understand. I'm saying you don't know the exact
No,
time.
no.
Right, okay. But we have a stipulation agreement that you sent it at 12:04 a.m. You sent him a text claiming that Rocky shot him, correct?
And so stipulated.
All right. And then you sent subsequently, 34 minutes later, you sent John a screenshot of your scraped fingers. Remember sending John that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And at that same time, again, guys, 12:38 a.m. on that same date, you sent John a message saying, "I'm getting itch." You remember that message?
Yeah, I'm getting itch. It was a typo.
Okay. All right. That's the message that you wrote to John was, "I'm getting itch," ITCH, right?
I don't really recall, but I think
Okay. We can show it to you. That's it. John has. That's yours. Guys, this is the other side. Yeah. Sit there, Paul, just show me that.
okay.
Wait, can you take 1 second?
Sure.
I was asking this question. I just wanted to get a picture.
Okay, Ms. Stefan, so you saw that message, "I'm getting itch," that you sent to John, right?
Correct.
All right. At the preliminary hearing that we heard about, the jury's already heard about from November 8th of 2023, you were asked about whether that message to John was you saying that you're getting rich instead of rich. Remember being asked those questions by me?
Well, the conversation.
Just call it yes or
Say it again.
Do you remember in the preliminary hearing in 2023, November 8th, to be exact, I asked you questions about whether that message, "I'm getting itch," was really meant to say, "I'm getting rich." Remember those questions?
Do you have page one?
Sure you are. It's page 145, lines 15 through 20.
15 through 20?
15 through 20, sir.
Fair enough.
Okay. Do you remember that question?
Can you say it again?
Sure. I asked you at the preliminary hearing whether you meant to type, "I'm getting rich" instead of itch. Do you remember me asking you that?
I really don't remember.
Okay.
I don't recall.
Or would you like me to put the transcript up, or you want me to read it?
Would it help you to read what was said at the preliminary hearing? Might that help you remember?
A lot was said, I just don't remember.
Would it help you to read?
Like what he just showed me?
Yes. Did you read it?
Yeah.
No. He's talking about the text message. He's talking about being shown the text message. What we're proposing is you read the transcript.
And that should be read to himself.
The transcript is sworn out.
No, the transcript will still.
Go ahead and show him the page of the transcript.
Okay.
Mr. Efron is going to show you something. Just read it yourself and see if that refreshes what you said. Refreshes your memory as to what you said when you testified the last time on November the 8th of 2023.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
Let me just show you where, okay? Right over here.
Thank you.
Yeah, Q, exactly.
What am I supposed to, this is like me and your conversation?
It's your testimony at the preliminary hearing.
Yeah, I don't really remember that.
Okay, so, Your Honor, I'm gonna just read this, I guess, of the stipulation for Mr. Wood. That this is accurately read. Question, 145, line 15. Question to you, sir, was, and although you didn't make a police report about this incident until 2 days later, on November 8, 2021, you did send a text message on November 7th to Mr. Mayor's manager, John, at 2:38 p.m. saying, "I'm getting rich." Remember that?
We will stipulate that in fact, that is what was asked.
All right.
Yeah, that was it.
But
Okay.
Mr. Tacopina is entitled to let the jury know what it says.
Oh, no, he just asked me for a stipulation, so I'm telling him.
Oh, he did?
We'll stipulate.
I asked him.
All right, good. Well, I'm glad you
Hopefully,
told me.
manage on that. Okay. Everything else, yes.
Good news.
And do you remember saying on 146 lines 7 to 8?
What are you gonna read from? Mr. Tacopina, what page are you on?
146, I'm getting old as hell tomorrow.
146.
146, line 7 to 8.
Okay, go ahead and respond to this as long as he's asking the question. 146, look at the lines, read it to yourself.
Judge, Mr. Lou and I sort of figured this out. This might save a step here. I'm just going to read them and say, did you say that?
And I'm told I'm fine with that.
That's a little
So,
quick.
all right, so he doesn't have to refresh his recollection?
That helps.
All right, read it.
All right. We get that, Mr. Efron. I'm just going to read it to you.
All right.
Question. Your answer to that last question was line 7 to 8. What the fuck would I be getting rich off of? You remember saying that?
I don't remember, but I really don't remember.
I have a stipulation on that's been read accurately.
That was like a year ago.
So
Okay.
the stipulation is those are the questions asked and the words that are reflected in the transcript, yes?
Even more than that, that is what was asked, and answered that, right here.
Okay. Then, a little further down, you said, continuing on, lines 12 through 14, fuck, shit, I'm getting mad. That was your preliminary hearing when you asked about whether you said we're getting rich. Do you recall that?
Can you say that again?
Sure. You said, fuck, shit, I'm getting mad.
I don't remember that.
Okay. Well,
In what context? Like, what do you mean? Fuck shit, I'm getting mad?
when you asked about the word rich, text message you were confronted with.
Oh, no, I don't know.
Okay. So, when questioned about that word itch at the preliminary hearing, what you claimed is that you meant to write the word irritated. Is that right?
I don't recall.
Okay. Page 148, on 25 to 27. Well, Mr. Efron, before I read that, let me withdraw that last question. What did you mean when you said I'm getting itch?
Well, when I was talking to his manager,
Yes, sir.
well, I was just showing his manager everything, and I think he took a while to get me back, so I said, I think that's what I wrote, but in the translate, that's what I meant to write was I'm getting irritated. But then you said, I'm getting rich, and that's when me and you started arguing at the preliminary hearing. Like you was trying to get something out of me or something more out of me.
So you meant to write the word irritated.
When I first spoke to his manager, I don't remember what I wrote, but from what is there, yeah.
Well, you saw the word itch, right? You saw that message. Where you wrote
I mean, but you flipped it so many times. That was a fast moment. You can't make me go back and think like something that I don't really. I definitely won't write his manager in the context. If you show the whole text message, where would it make sense? I'm getting rich.
All right.
You're not showing the whole text message.
So-
You're just picking.
You saw these messages yesterday on your direct
I mean, if you
right?
want to pull up John's text messages, we can.
Okay, thank you, sir. So what you're saying to this jury is that you didn't mean to write that you were getting rich, right?
I don't recall.
Okay. You're not saying that you didn't report.
Don't recall, sir.
Just don't recall.
No.
Okay. So you may have been,
I
meaning you're right to get
I
rich.
don't recall.
Okay.
If I said anything like that, I mean, not said anything. Anything I said after the shooting is lawsuit. It falls in my lawsuit. So
You what?
it falls in my lawsuit. Like a crime was committed, and then whatever I say after that's pertaining to money or anything that's compensating me was with my lawyers or anything else. I had lawyers present and everything else.
Well, you didn't have a lawyer at this point, did you? So,
When I spoke to John, I didn't need a lawyer. What I need a lawyer for if I need to say I'm getting rich? And what does getting rich have to do with a man shooting me?
wait, huh?
I'm waiting. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what's got going on here.
State that the testimony you've been given, the cause nothing before this court, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. Please take a seat with the witness. Stand right over there. And please adjust the microphone and tell us your first name. Tell us your name, then spell it for the record.
Terrell Efron, TERELL EPHRON.
No, it's stationary. Never mind. We'll try to speak into the microphone. All right, Mr. Wellman, the floor is yours.
Morning, or good afternoon. Do you know the man seated at the table in the tan jacket?
Yes.
What's his name?
Rocky.
Identify Mr. Mayor.
Rakim Mayor.
And do you know him by any other nicknames?
I used to have Rocky. Lock
How did you first meet him?
In high school, we grew up together.
How old were you, do you think, when you first met him?
Probably like 17, 18.
When you first met him, was he a well-known, famous rapper?
No.
I want to jump ahead to November 6th, 2021, the date of this incident. Do you remember approximately, or do you remember how old you were that day?
Excuse me?
How old were you on the day that this happened? Do you remember?
Probably 33, 32.
Okay. Would it be fair to say you knew him about maybe 15 years at that point?
Yes.
Over the 15 years that you knew him, were the two of you friends?
Yeah.
Can you describe the closeness of your relationship to him?
The whole 15 years?
Yeah, over the course of your relationship, sort of how it started and then how close you were throughout the 15 years.
Well, I mean, we started a collective ASAP, which is a bunch of, how would you call it, like a bunch of people from New York that got different young nerves.
It's okay. Just take a minute. Take a couple deep breaths. The relationship that you're describing in high school, were the two of you close friends? Like, would you see him every day, or was this sort of a friendship where you knew of him but didn't really know him?
No, we knew each other. We knew each other. We knew each other very well. I mean, it was probably like 6 or 7 of us. Probably like 4 of them was rappers.
Do you think you'd see him every day?
Up until he got famous this year.
Okay.
Like a little bit until he got famous.
how long do you think you knew him before? I know it's hard to peg down exactly when someone becomes famous, but about how long do you think you knew him before he became famous?
7 years. 7 years.
And over that 7 years, it was a regular occurrence that you would be with him almost every day, correct?
Yeah.
Would you describe him at that time, the beginning of your relationship, as someone that was like a brother to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you started to tell us about ASAP. What does ASAP stand for?
And it means a lot of different things, but always strive to prosper.
Were you a member of ASAP?
Yes.
Within ASAP, did you have a nickname that you went by?
Yeah. Really. Is that really?
Was that something that started when you were in high school?
Yeah.
What year of high school, if you remember? Like, were you a junior, a senior?
Oh, it was like a season.
Did you know someone by the name of Elijah Elanga?
Yes.
Was he also a member of ASAP?
Yes.
Did he have a nickname that he went by in ASAP?
ASAP Bills.
I'm going to ask to mark my next exhibit.
10.
Do you recognize the person depicted here in People's 10?
Yeah.
And who's that?
Elijah.
Okay. Is it easier for you to refer to him as Elijah, Ills? How do you want to refer to him?
Bills.
Ills? Okay. Was he one of the kind of original members of ASAP?
Yeah.
How would you describe for the jury your relationship or your closeness with Elijah or Ills?
I mean, it was pretty good up until the incident.
Would you, up until the incident, would you have considered him a close friend of yours?
Yeah.
Was he someone that you would talk to on a regular basis?
Yeah, I talked to him the night before the incident. I was at his crib, his house actually.
Okay. Would it fair to say, kind of up until the day of that incident, you've known him maybe approximately 15 years too?
Yeah, just
Do you know someone by the name of Jamel Phillips?
yeah.
And is he also a member of ASAP?
Yeah.
What, if any, nicknames does he go by?
ASAP Rosie.
Remember my next exhibit?
Is anybody having trouble here? Everybody's okay? You're having some trouble?
Yeah.
Mr. Efron, could you try to speak up a little bit,
Yeah.
please?
Finding our people's 11, Your Honor.
Yes. What is it?
It's a one-page document, a single photograph, depicting two people. Mr. Efron, showing you the person on the left in this photograph. Do you recognize who that is?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Jamel, 12.
And kind of like the same question with Hills, what's the easiest way for you to refer to him?
I was never really that cool with him.
No, I mean, as we're talking about the different people involved in this, how do you want me to refer to him? Do you want me to call him 12? Do you want me to call him
Yeah.
Janelle?
12.
Okay, 12. And the person who's next to him in this photograph, do you recognize that person?
Yeah, that's Rocky.
All right. You said regarding 12E that you were not as close to him, correct?
Is that yes?
Yes.
How would you put it in your own words, how would you describe your relationship with 12E prior to the incident?
I mean, there was never no problems, but I never wasn't that cool with him. Like, we really didn't interact that much.
Would you, if
He
you
wasn't
saw him
like a-
somewhere?
He came kind of like later, so like I really wasn't like chilling with him or chilling with anybody who came after the fact. It was ASAP.
Okay. So what you're describing is kind of you and the defendant and Ills had known each other longer, and then 12B came after that core group was formed.
Yeah, so me, Jabari, Ills, and Rocky pretty much started ASAP.
Okay.
Anybody else who came after, if they wasn't like genuinely like trying to better themselves or do something other than like fooling around, kind of distance myself.
Okay. Is that, you mentioned the name Jabari. Who's Jabari?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
What's his name?
Jabari. That's the name. ASAP Bari.
Okay. Does he have any other nicknames in your life?
Young Lord.
Would he also have been considered part of the ASAP collective that you described?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Within that collective of members of ASAP, were all the people that were members, were they all rappers?
No.
What were some of the other pursuits that members of ASAP would also pursue?
Fashion, producing, anything involved with like culture, really.
What, were you a rapper?
No.
What was your contribution to the group?
I was a manager. Not of ASAP, but I created my own company.
What was the name of your company?
Shut Up.
And when you say you were a manager, what does that mean?
I was scout for talent, like I had producers, I had artists. I helped actual ASAP members with stuff.
So the managing that you're talking about is all related to the music industry?
Yes.
And you're saying you would try to find people who are talented at different areas within music, like rapping or producing, correct?
Yeah.
And would you try to help get them projects?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
You'd agree from the 1616 Visa Del Mar video, that's that video, the one that shows the whole struggle and all the fuzzy stuff, right? You'd agree that there is no evidence from that video of an actual gun being discharged, correct?
Correct, from that view by itself, no.
The sequence surveillance video that you put together overlaps video from the 1616 Visa Del Mar video with the audio from the 6200 Hollywood Boulevard video.
Correct.
All right. And that's the People's Exhibit 15, is that right?
It is.
15? Okay. And you did that, right? You basically overlapped the video from 1616 Visa Del Mar that had no audio, right?
Correct.
Okay. And the audio from 6200 Hollywood Boulevard.
Correct.
And you put them together. And you agree that the 1616 Visa Del Mar video, you just said this doesn't have any sound, but the video from 6200 Hollywood Boulevard does.
That's correct.
So you overlapped the videos from each location, trying to show when the shot would have occurred during the 1616 Visa Del Mar video.
Correct.
Okay. Of course, if the overlap detected is off, even by a fraction of a second, the shot would not have occurred during the precise moment shown on the overlap 1616 Visa Del Mar video, correct?
Correct.
All right. And with regard to the 6200 Hollywood Boulevard video, you extracted 3 sets of videos from 3 different cameras maintained by the business at that location.
Correct.
And it's been stipulated, you heard of that, we agreed
Yes, sir.
on something. It's been agreed that the date and timestamp on the 3 cameras from 6200 Hollywood Boulevard are approximately 2 to 3 minutes faster than actual time.
That's correct.
Okay. And the reason the cameras are approximately 2 to 3 minutes faster than actual time instead of the exact amount is because each camera is off from an actual time by a different amount.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's not unusual when we collect video.
Yes, it's unusual. Okay. I'm saying the reason that you're using a range of 2 to 3 minutes as opposed to 2 minutes and 4 seconds is because each of those cameras is off from actual time by a different amount.
Yes.
For instance, on camera 1, you hear the first shot at 10, 15, 53 seconds. Hold on before you play it. we have to mark this as a defense exhibit.
Your Honor, I would object to see this states the stipulation.
Well, that's what? What's what there?
He's saying the video from 6200 Hollywood was off by 2 to 3 minutes. He's talking about the business, the parking lot entrance, and the
Laura, why don't you two confer?
Yeah.
If I don't need to get involved, I don't want to get involved.
It's not 1, 2, 3.
So that's what it's on. Yeah, the 6200 Hollywood. You look at phone. The one that's off 2 to 3 minutes is this one.
Yes. Show the whole.
You guys stipulated it was action. I'm not yet. I'm not yet.
Argument, quickly, just procedurally, because sometimes I feel like I'm in like Twilight Zone. The exhibit 39, I cannot object. It was displayed to the jury before it was put in evidence. Is that procedurally how we do this here? I mean, this was put on the
That says
easel.
6 photos.
Yeah, no, I know, but they were displayed to the jury before the witness identified them, before they entered. Is that, I'm getting an object, right? So I've waived any objection, I'm objecting, I'm asking procedurally, is that okay? I'm not making an objection, all right?
Is what
Sure.
okay?
39, exhibit 39, for example, these. They will put up on the screen, whatever it is, any exhibit, doesn't matter what it is, right? This. They will put up on the screen before they were shown to the witness, they were just put up on the screen.
Weren't they shown to Detective Flores while he was on the stand?
No, they were shown to detect floors like this, so the whole jury saw them also. Again, I didn't object. They're not controversial.
What's the problem?
I don't know what's the problem.
It's a question. Can we do this too?
Yes.
Wait. First of all, not only did I show them to counsel immediately before I put them up, I showed them I showed them to Mr. Takapina, Mr. Siegel, and the defendant himself to make sure
You did
they
very
didn't have
nice.
anything in
No,
there.
you both can't speak at the same time.
Well, to get him John, I'm not arguing.
Just to make sure there was nothing in there that he found, too private to
Okay,
share.
what
So what I'm
kind-
saying is, I previewed this for them well in advance, so they can make any objections they want.
But I maybe didn't get a part where I'm not complaining and I didn't object. I'm asking a procedural question.
Just show him the photos first.
Okay, that's a joke first, and then I just throw them up here, even though the witness has identified it.
You can put them up there and then ask who you can ask, the detective?
Now, one of my, hypothetically, I don't even know if you're one of my witnesses, right? Say, I have a photo of one of my witnesses. I
If
put
it's
it up
not
there.
an objectionable exhibit, and a witness is on the stand and establish a foundation
I can put it right up.
then you can
put it up.
Okay, so I showed it to them. Obviously, if they see a birthday or tell me you have a problem, then I can just do that. And that's what I was asking. In New York, if I did that, I'd get remanded. You know,
If you did what?
show an exhibit publicly to the jury before it was entered. Literally. That's what I was asking.
Well,
You guys are really California mellow out
we're
here.
a long way from New York.
Yeah, you are.
All right, anything else?
No.
May I say something on the record? Usually my house is not usually that junky. I just want y'all to know that. Let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah, it was cool. Thank you, Ron. And thanks for the gentleman.
That puts a whole new, that puts a whole new light on the case. All right, we'll see everybody at
Video, just raise your right hand for us. Thank you. Okay. This how we state that the testimony you may give in the cause now pending for this court should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God. And you please take a seat on the witness stand. Make it to your name, Montgomery. You can please state and spell your name for the record.
Wally Sajemi, WALLY-SAJIMI.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. Good afternoon, Mrs. King. What do you, sir, what do you do for a living?
I run a technology software agency where we build website software for clients, musicians, creatives, brands, direct-to-consumer brands, yeah.
And have you done work in that capacity for Rocky?
Yes.
Okay. Have you also, and by the way, do you work for Rocky?
No, I have my own business.
Okay. So you do consulting work?
Yes, consulting.
Did an individual that you know as Relli also ask you to do work for him?
Yes.
Okay. And same capacity as a consultant as well?
Correct.
All right. Now, do you have any, just let's get this out of the way. Do you have any personal knowledge of the facts of this case, one way or another?
No.
Okay. After Rocky's arrest in this case, and fair to say you're friends with Rocky, right?
Yes.
Okay. After Rocky's arrest in this case, did Relli ask you to do anything for him?
Yes, he did.
What did he ask you to do?
A number of things, but he really wanted to boost his social media presence with certain articles from his kids.
Okay. In particular, do you remember any?
It was a long list, but they were high publications.
TMZ.
Rolling Stone, High Society, Complex, so on and so on.
So, Mr. Efron, contacted you and asked you to promote these articles for his social media presence?
Yes, for his further, to boost his social media as well, yeah.
And that was articles about this case?
Correct.
Okay. When did, just refer to as Relli for the purpose of this conversation, when did Relli, that's how you know him, by the way, right?
Correct.
When did Relli last call you?
Just last week on my birthday when I was in Paris, Thursday.
Thursday, the January 30th?
Yeah, around 9 p.m. in Paris, so if I do the math, it's probably 12 noon here.
Okay. And have you been following this case?
Yeah, I've been watching.
Okay. And on that day, on that Thursday, did you see anything particular about this case on Thursday when you watched?
Yeah, just my name being brought up against lies, fabrication, just not the truth. So,
Well, what in particular did you hear, and who did you hear from?
Relli specifically.
What did he say?
Recordings were fake. Recordings were not him, not I. And I'm a pretty private person, so when people lie on my name, it kind of gets me upset. So yeah.
Okay. Now, did Relli send you any articles about this case in the
Yes.
last 6 months?
Yes.
Okay. And on October 17th of 2024, did he send you an article about Judge Arnold?
Yes.
On December 24th, 2024, did he send you a Daily Mail article entitled Rihanna Fears Heartbreaking Consequence of A$AP Rocky's Trial with a Smile Face?
And the relevance of these questions about specific.
Did we ask that? December 27, 2024,
did Relli send you an article from the Daily Mail entitled Deanna Fears Heartbreaking Consequence of APRocky's Trial with the smiley face next to it?
Yes.
To be here today, sir, where are you coming from?
Paris, France.
Okay. And what were you doing in Paris, France?
Grabbing meetings, doing business deals, trying to invest in this new tech startup.
Okay. So you're there for work?
Yes.
You don't live there?
No.
Okay. You live where?
New Jersey.
When did you get here in Los Angeles, sir?
Last night, late.
Okay. And why did you come here?
Really clear my name, tell the truth. Again, I just hated seeing my name tied to, lies and untruthful words.
And did it concern you as far as your professional reputation that this guy was accusing you of doctoring and making up recordings?
Yes.
Would you ever do that?
No, never. I'm not there yet with like the technology, I would say. So yeah.
But even if you were there, would you do that?
No, I would never. It's not honest, right? Yeah.
Did you make recordings of conversations with Relli?
Yes.
How many recordings did you make?
2. About in 2022, I believe the dates were, I forget the April date, but mid-April and then August 15th-ish. Yeah.
Now you said that's based on your recollection, right?
Yeah.
I think the metadata may actually say May, but around April, May
Yeah,
of 2022?
Yep.
Okay. And then August of 2022, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And those are the 2 conversations you recorded?
Yes.
Okay. Did you give those recordings to Rocky?
Yes.
Okay. And first of all, why did you give them to Rocky?
I think it was just conversations he needed to hear.
And why do you think he needed to hear them?
Because they're about him, and a lot of it seemed just suspicious, talking about monetary things.
And when did you send them to Rocky?
As soon as I finished the conversation.
Now, when you sent those recordings, did one of the 2 recordings, did you have to split one of them into 2 files because of the size?
Yeah, you can't really send certain data, or if the file size is too big, you gotta cut it down to send it. So
Sir, how did you get here today?
I took a plane, commercial plane.
Last night?
Yes,
From Paris?
yes,
And are you going back later today?
yeah, a few hours.
Okay. So that's a 1-day turnaround?
Yeah, after,
Just to be here?
yeah.
Okay. Who paid for the cost of your ticket?
Damien Branderson,
Amy Branson, that's Rocky's entertainment attorney?
entertainment lawyer, yeah,
And that means Rocky probably paid for the cost of your ticket, correct?
possibly.
Yeah. And did you meet us, myself, Mr. Siegel, Mr. Kaplan, any of the people at the defense table, Mr. Antonio, us for the first time ever this morning?
Prior to this, no.
No. When,
This
was the
morning,
first time?
yes.
This
This
morning?
morning, yes.
Was the first time you ever met any of us?
Correct.
Okay. Did we ever speak before this morning?
No.
Okay. This morning, did we play recordings?
Correct. Yes.
And what were those recordings?
There were the recordings that I took.
And by the way, let's step back for a second. You mentioned Damien Branson, Rocky's entertainment attorney. What was the first time you ever heard from him?
Just recently while I was watching the tapes.
Was it when this individual Relli was testifying about you doctoring tapes?
Correct. He wasn't the only one contacting me about just a lot of things. But yeah.
Sustained.
Okay. Was when he called you, Ron? Sure.
You want some water? Oh, you have one?
Sorry.
Do you have enough in there?
I have one.
You're okay? Sure?
I think there's something that's kind of tricky about allergies. Air vents.
The air vents, I think, are on with the allergies. I just want to give it a second.
Yeah.
I do the pat down.
You want to, you okay? Do you want to go in the back and get rid of the cough?
Oh, we have cough drops too. We have to give cough.
Would you like a cough drop from both the prosecution and the defense?
Ours are better.
I have a cough drop. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Got water as well. I took a lot of medication as well.
No, you have nothing to be sorry about. that?
Of
course.
That way you can say,
Oh, you want to step out?
yes, please.
Alex? Oh, Alex, okay. Go to the door there, Alex. You'll be out.
I have my water also. Okay, sure.
I was
concerned. I know. Mr. Sajemi, so you said, Mr. Grant's Damien, right, said payment were reported for the first time on Thursday.
Correct.
After what you saw on TV occurred in this case.
Correct.
Right?
The past few days,
You
yeah.
were accused of making a false statement.
Correct.
Before that, have you heard of anyone from Rocky's defense team?
No.
Okay. And no one ever told you he intended on calling you, correct?
No.
But then you saw on television, you were accused of doctoring up tapes, correct?
Correct. I didn't want to come here.
And I haven't objected on any leading question, but I'm just asking if it could not be.
Yeah, that's right, it's leading, same.
A little less, I'll try not to do it, but an effort would be appreciated.
So, the recordings, I think I asked this, I'm not sure, before we broke. Did we play for you the recordings this morning? The two recordings?
Correct.
Yes, okay. And what were those two recordings?
Conversations of Relli and I.
Okay. The May 2022
Yes,
and August
in
2022? And, by the way, where were you when you made those recordings?
In New Jersey, my apartment.
Okay, and did Relli say where he was?
In New York.
And I'm going to show you the three recordings, to show you the screen of three. By the way, when I say I'm going to show you the three recordings, did you videotape the recordings?
Yes.
Okay. So you audio recorded the recordings, but you videotaped.
Yeah, I believe video is just better to capitalize on, or just to capture everything.
Okay.
You know, video with audio, it's hard to falsify, I guess.
Okay. So we'll show you. Will show?
Just the next exhibit,
Yes, Your Honor.
Q's and Queen. Is there a transcript?
Three recordings, but you
Two
only
recordings.
two incidents, but you mentioned three, but one of them is a combination,
It's a split.
a split. I just want to make it so it's clear, we're only talking about two
Two
recordings.
recordings, May and August.
Yes.
2022.
Is there a transcript of the first?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm just identifying them first. I'm not playing them. I just want to make sure we identify them. Okay. So take a look at that one. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
And what do you recognize that to be?
It's my recording of my conversation with Relli and I.
The first one from May of 2022?
Correct.
Okay. That is, we have it marked as exhibit
Q.
Q. All right. I'm going to show you another one, another video screenshot.
Yes, same exact thing. Conversation with him and I.
Is that the one from August?
Correct.
And by the way, what makes you know that that's the one that you had with Relli from looking at it?
How I save people's number. I usually put your entire government name and your nickname as well, so I can remember.
And that's what you have on that screen there?
Correct.
Okay. That would be, what is that?
It's all.
R, okay. That's defense R, Your
What?
Honor.
All right, if you're marking that now, are you going to play Q?
Snippets of it, yes.
All right. The part that you're going to play of Q, the transcript of that should be R.
Okay.
The August call
Yes.
should be S and Sam.
Okay. The first August call, because again, there's one August call that was sent to Rocky in two files. So first one will be S and Sam, the one he just identified. And the transcript portion of that would be,
T is in Tom.
okay? And then the third one, which is again the same call from August 2022, is that the screenshot of that, sir?
Yes.
And again, same thing?
Correct. Same thing. I videoed it between Relli and I.
And whose name is on the screenshot?
Terrell Efron.
And that's that's the same call as the call before. It's part of the August 2022 call, but that's the second
Correct.
file.
Yeah.
The
Same
full
file.
So that would be
That's you.
you, Your Honor. And
and the transcript
All right,
portion.
that's the August 22nd call?
Second portion.
Second half. That's you as a union? The transcript, V as in Victor.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you recognize the records on the screen. I'm going to play snippet. Before I play the snippet for the jury room, I want him, Mr. Spinning, to identify the voices. Okay?
Sure.
That's the right way to do it. So listen to the recordings of voices and tell us if you recognize the voices. First, second, and third.
Yes, myself and brother.
That's the first one. This is the second one. Go ahead.
Yes, that's the second one. Same thing. Yes, same thing. Identifying myself and Terrell on the conversation.
Okay. You played all three? So you've identified all three of those tapes that we've identified as?
It is the tapes Q, S, and U.
Offense Q, S, and U. You've identified all three as recorded conversations that you made from May of 2022 and August of 2022 of you and Terrell.
Yes.
Okay. And you said you watched this proceeding. Are those the ones you said were fake?
Yes.
Were they fake?
No, they're real.
You can't prove them in any way?
No.
Are those recordings a true and accurate recording of your conversation with Relli those 2 days?
Yes.
Okay. Did anyone ask you to make these recordings, by the way?
No, I did it myself.
Why did you do it?
I believe to protect myself and just document our conversations because he kept calling me numerous times, so I kind of felt unsafe, or I just wanted to protect myself.
And when he kept calling you numerous times, why did you feel the need to record these conversations? Was he giving you an impression?
Well, it was just weird, to be honest. I just felt uncomfortable.
But you were not involved in this incident, correct?
No, I was just, I was not involved at all. I just wanted to really just mediate the situation, honestly.
Because you were friends with both of them?
Correct.
And you didn't take a side, did you?
No.
It is leading, it is sustained.
Okay. Were you friends with both of them?
Yes.
Did you take a side?
No.
All right, now I'm going to play you a few snippets here from the recordings. And again, these are questions that were asked.
Which, are you going to play Q, S, or U first?
Yes. I'm going to play Q, S, or U first. I'm going to play a snippet of S first, Your Honor. And again, these are short snippets. They're directly related to the question I asked Ms. Danfon.
All right, let's, Alex, can you distribute the transcript, which is T as in Tom?
Yes, sir. You have two, Your Honor, by chance, so the same?
I
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have a, yeah, I think I have it.
Sure, yeah.
Yes, okay. So we're gonna play a snippet from that defense exhibit
This is S.
S. And again, by the way, before we play that, who called whom in these two calls?
He called me,
And,
and then I would call him back.
and when you recorded these calls, were you calling him back?
Correct.
Go ahead.
This is the later call, correct?
Yo, what's good, nigga? What's going on? Shit, man, where you at? Crib. What you want? Shit, man. I just hopped on the computer and shit. I was gonna submit them links and shit. You know which links you want to do, or you want me to just pick them shits? Yeah, it's shit, son. Just probably the one from Rolling Stone, all those other publications. Just pick the top ones, probably, right? Like TMZ, Rolling Stone shit. Mm-hmm. And then when I get it, I'm gonna 30%. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna just try to get that shit through, you feel me?
Okay. That was yourself and Mr. Efron?
Yes.
Okay. Who's the one that was saying Rolling Stone and that?
Terrell was.
And did you respond saying just pick the top one, something to that effect?
Yes.
And then after asking you to promote these articles on social media regarding this case, did he say he was going to throw you something?
Yes.
What did he say?
When I get it, I'm going to throw you something.
When I get it, I'm going to throw you something?
Yes.
Where did you take that from me?
I'm not sure. Maybe whenever he gets some type of money.
I'm gonna call for
Sustain.
speculation, motion striking.
Speculation, sustain.
I guess we're going to move on now to the second bit. From which recording is this?
It's from S also. Yes.
Exhibit S also.
This one you just related to.
You're on the same exhibit, same transcript. Is there a page we should direct this on?
Page 10.
Page 10? Page 10. You can flip to page 10.
Does the jury have this?
Yes, you're on page 10, page 10. All right. Listen to this, please. Go ahead.
Like, who gets cool after somebody firing on you 5 times, bro?
Okay. That, Mr. Efron saying, who gets schooled after someone firing on you 5 times?
Yes.
I think in this instance, who gives school, not who gets school.
Okay. Who gives school? Gives school?
That's what the transcript says.
Whatever it says. The part I was really focused on was the someone firing on you 5 times. That he said that?
Yeah.
You? Okay, let's go on to the next one, which is a different exhibit.
Exhibit Q.
Different exhibit.
It's a transcript R.
And this is still August 27th.
No, this is, I think, May 22nd.
You played August, that was August.
Right.
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 So now we're going
This is
to
May.
Now we're on to this one.
Just want to be passed out, is that correct?
Please.
So what was already played was August 22nd. This is
Right.
now May 22nd.
Right.
by meaning August 2022, rather than 22nd.
Yeah, August 2020.
2022. On May.
Okay.
Everybody have one? Transcript?
Can I have one?
Do we have one from Mr. Sajid?
What page? Page 16, please, on the transcripts. Okay, go ahead. Play that.
For background, a lawyer first court extortion. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You ask for background, a lawyer first court extortion. You feel me? You're gonna do everything accordingly. Everything accordingly, or it's gonna catch up with you.
Whose voice was that, sir?
Terrell from.
You make up those words?
No.
You spoof his voice somehow?
No.
Those words? The next one is from the same recording.
Same recording, same transcript, page 13.
Same recording, same transcript, page 13.
Just to be clear, this would be before, so you're going backwards in the conversation, is that correct?
No, it's the same one we just heard. This is the May 2022.
My question is, in terms of timing, is what you just played before or after in terms of timing?
Yeah, it's earlier in the
It's
conversation.
early, sure.
I just want to make sure that we're making clear when these are being played.
I'm suing the shit out of him. That was my game, and regardless, don't give a fuck about no police, nigga.
Whose voice was that saying, suing the shit out of him? That was my game regardless. I don't think that's about the police.
Terrell from.
You didn't make up that voice.
No. No.
The computer generate that voice.
No.
Okay, next is from the August 2022 recording, which is exhibit again.
So exhibit U is the second portion of that recording with the transcript page.
We just asked, when you're going to be playing that chronologically, is this occurring after in time originally when you played?
Right, the last was May, this is August, so it will be after.
No, but you played part of the August call. I'm just trying to understand, is this, you played the August call before, is this part after, before?
It's after.
After the part you already played?
Right. Let's check this. Let's get the,
Yes, you have the transcripts out?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. V is the transcript is V as in Victor. The recording is U as in unit.
Okay, is there a page direct?
Page 5.
Page 5. Go ahead.
I already know. I'm in 30 M's.
What's that say? I already know I'm getting 30 M's.
Terrell from.
And would you understand 30 M's to me?
$30 million.
And you alter that voice?
No.
Just a couple more. This is generally done.
Same recording, same transcript, page 5.
continue to page 6.
Same recording, same transcript, page 5, continue on to page 6.
He's gonna have to deal with that and his political ties and everything else. Because once I walk away, when I get my cash, the case is way weaker. It's just like a domestic violence case. If you was to hit your bitch and your bitch was to keep on going through with the situation, you go down. But if you're not there, then you're going against the state and it's way weaker.
Okay. Whose voice was that, sir? And what did you understand what he was saying to you there?
Objection is going to call for speculation. It's also irrelevant what he understood. His thought is not relevant.
Sustained.
Okay. That's fine. There's one last one. I'm going to ask you about what's the question they asked Mr. Efron. Now, that's you. So, same
Same recording, same transcript.
recording, same transcript.
Page 6, continuing to page 7.
Page 6, continuing to page 7. Let's play.
If I'm not there, if he pays me out via my lawsuit, I'll walk away. Basically, it's going to be conflict behind me because I'm on another island, just relaxing. You get what I'm saying? They're going to be scrambling to find me because now they have to go against Rocky, the state. And yeah, they have evidence in this and the third, but it's not going to be the same when we present it to a jury and you don't have a complaining witness.
Mr. Stephen, whose voice was it on that recording that said it's going to be hard for the DA to find me because I'll be going to another island just relaxing?
Relli.
And whose voice was it to say they have evidence, this, that, and the third, but it's not going to be the same when you present it to the jury and you don't have a complaining witness?
Relli.
Did you alter that recording?
No.
Did you superimpose his voice into there?
No.
Did you hear him say that that was fake?
Yes.
Was that fake?
No.
Okay, I have no further questions for this witness. Thank you.
You okay? Has reached verdicts on counts 1 and 2, and I believe the judicial assistant Alex has confirmed that. Yes?
We were told they had a verdict, Your Honor. That's correct.
Is this right to the jury? Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're on the record with all jurors present, all parties of counsel are present. Juror 9, you are the foreperson?
Yes.
And it is true that the jury has reached verdicts?
Yes, Your
On
Honor.
both counts?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you have the verdict form with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, could you give those to Deputy Bennett? All right, what we're going to do, folks, is Deputy Bennett is going to give the verdict forms to juror number 1. Juror number 1, I want you to look at the verdict forms, and I'm going to want to know whether these verdict forms reflect your true and correct verdicts. Juror 2, I'd like you to look over her shoulder so you can review the verdict forms. And I want to know from you whether these are your true and correct verdicts. Once I've heard from both of you, give the verdict forms to juror number 3. Juror 3, look at the verdict forms. Juror 4, look over her shoulder. So ultimately, I'm going to want to hear from all 12 of you whether these verdict forms reflect your individual true and correct verdicts. Everybody understand? understand? All right. You gotta put these two in. Juror number 1, are those your two correct verdicts? Juror number 2?
Yes.
Juror 3 and 4?
Yes.
Juror 5 and 6? Juror 5, are those your two correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror 6?
Yes.
All right, let's get the verdict forms to Juror 7. Juror 8, look over your shoulder. Juror number 7, those are your two correct verdicts? Juror 7?
Yes.
Juror 8?
Yes.
9 and 10? Juror 9?
Yes.
Juror 10?
Yes.
11 and 12. Juror 11?
Yes.
Juror 12?
Yes.
All right, all jurors have stated that the verdict forms reflect their individual true and correct verdict. Alex, read the.
Yes, Your Honor. The Los Angeles Superior Court, County of Los Angeles. People of the State of California versus Joaquin Mayers, case number BA 508142-01. We, the jury in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Joaquin Mayers, not guilty of the
Not against the audience. Or not against the audience.
Hold it down, hold it down. The verdict has to be read on count.
Yes, sir. Repeat again, we, the jury, the above entitled action, find the defendant, Joaquin Mayers, not guilty of the semi-automatic firearm in violation of Penal Code Section 245, Section B, a felony, charging count 1 of the information, this 18th day of February 2025, jury seat number 9, 4%.
All right.
Title of court and cause, we, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Joaquin Mayers, not guilty of the crime of assault with a firearm in violation of Penal Code Section 245, Section B, a felony of charging count 2 of the information, this 18th day of February 2025, juror seat number 9, 4%.
During this trial, I watched you periodically. You did what we asked of you at the very beginning, which is to give both sides a fair trial, pay attention, use your common sense, apply the law, base your verdict on the evidence. I know you took extensive notes, and you took this as seriously as any jury could. We cannot have jury trials without folks like you. So you certainly have my gratitude. I want to extend to you my best wishes. Again, thank you. The admonition to not discuss the case no longer applies. You can talk about the case with anybody you want to, or nobody if you don't want to. Alex has your certificates of completion. You can take your juror badges with you. Thank you again. You are excused.
Everybody remain seated in the public. We're going to let the jurors walk out first.
Thank y'all for saving my life. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, y'all. All right, the jury has left, the bond is exonerated. Mr. Mayers, you're excused.
Back row.
It's done. Yeah. No, just got off the bench. Off right